Now we have something called prime factor decomposition. So prime factor decomposition is the process of breaking down a number into its prime factors. So one of the ways that we show this is doing the tree method. So when we have a number, let's say n, and then we sort of split it into two numbers. And then prime factors are prime numbers that multiply together to give the original number. So prime numbers are numbers that are only divisible by itself and 1. So let's look at this example here. Write 189 as a product of its prime. So what we would do here, we write 189 and we split it into 2. So off the bat, we can divide 189 by 3, potentially. So if we do 189 divided by 3, we get 63. And every time we get a prime number, we circle it. Okay, 63. Let's think. I believe 63 is also divisible by 3 as well. 63 divided by 3 is 21. So we split down to 3 and 21. And because 3 is a prime number, we circle that as well. 21, yep, we can split that down into 3 and 7. And as 3 and 7 are prime numbers, we circle them as well. So 189 simplifies to 4 as a product of its prime factors as 3 times 3 times 3 times 7. 3 times 3 times 3 is the same thing as saying 3 cubes times by 7. Okay, we've got this one here, 420. 420, let's split that one down. 420, yeah, we can divide by 10 potentially. So 10 and 42. Okay, they're not prime numbers, so we may have to split both of them further down. So 10, we can do 2 and 5. 2 and 5 are prime numbers, so that one is done and dusted. 42, 7 goes into 42. Yep, it does. So 7 and then 6. 6 is not a prime number, but 6 splits down into 2 and 3. Okay, so now we've got 2 times 2 times 3 times 5 times 7. How many 2's? 1, 2. Yep. 3. Yep. 5 and 7. 2 times 2 is 2 squared. So 2 squared times by 3 times by 5 times by 7 are its prime factors. Okay, highest common factor. So the HCF, or highest common factor, is the largest number that divides exactly into 2 or more numbers. Lowest common factor, also known as the LCM, so you may see as LCM, is the smallest number that is a multiple of 2 or more numbers. So, if a question says, for instance, find the lowest common factors and the highest common, the highest common factor and the lowest common multiple of 180 and 84. So what we would do is find our prime factors for both these numbers. So using our factor tree, so 180 goes into 3. So we have 3 and then 60. 60 goes into 3 again. So 3 and then 20. Then you have 5 and 4. Then you have 2 and 2. 84, you have 7, I believe. Yeah, 84 goes into 7. Or does it? Yeah, it does. It does, yeah. So 7 and 12, and that splits into 3 and 4, and that's 2 and 2. Okay. So 180, so 180 is equal to how many 2's? So 2 squared times by 3 squared times by 5. And 84 is 2 squared times by 3 times by 7. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to draw a Venn diagram. So we're going to use the Venn diagram methods to work this one out. So 2 circles. Yeah. This is going to be the prime factors of 180 and the prime factors of 84. So we look at what they have in common. Well, they have 2 2's, so 2 2, and they have 1 3 in common, both of them. However, what 180 only has, 180 has an extra 3 and a 5, and 84 has an extra 7. Okay, so using our Venn diagram method, the highest common factor is going to be the numbers that overlap, that are in the overlap between the 2 circles. So what they have in common, which is going to be 2 times by 2 times by 3. 2 times by 2 times by 3. So 4 times by 3, which is 12. Okay. And then the lowest common multiple is essentially everything in the Venn diagram times together. So we're going to do 3 times by 5 times by 2 times by 2 times by 3 times by 7. Which we get as 1,260. Yep, 1,260 divided. Yeah. So our highest common factor is 12 and our lowest common multiple is 1,260. Same thing for this one here. So find the highest common factor and lowest common multiple of 150 and 60. So 150, we split that one down. So we've got it's divisible by 5 and 30, I believe. Yeah. And then we can also split that down into 5 and 6. And then split that down into 2 and 3. 60, we can also split that down into 5 and 12. 3 and 4. And then 2 and 2. Then we draw our Venn diagram. So 150 and 60. So 150 is equal to, so 2 times by 5 times by 5 times by 3. 60 is equal to 2 times by 2 times by 5 times by 3. Yeah. What they have in common, so they both have at least 1 2 and 1 5 and 1 3. What 150 has is they have an extra 5, and they believe that is it. So 5 5 2 3. 60 has an extra 2. Yeah. Okay. So then the highest common factor is going to be all the numbers inside. So we're going to do 2 times by 5. So 2 times 5 times 3. So 15 times by 2, which is 30. And then our lowest common multiple is essentially everything, well, inside. So we're going to do 5 times by 2, and then times by that 30, which is going to be 300. Lovely.